Casey, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I thought I would talk about the pros and cons of the Apple Watch and if I think it is worth the money. So, disclaimer, I am not a tech person. I am not a genius. I am not a spec person. These are all my opinions. So, the pros and cons. Let's go. So I'm going to do the pros first because I wanted to start with that. Now, my first pro is that it's basically a phone on your wrist. You can email, you can text, you can call, you can make payments via your Apple Wallet or, Apple Pay. And it's basically a phone on your wrist, which is great for someone like me whose job isn't all that, about having your phones on you. So it's really nice that I can keep my phone in my little book thing at work and be able to be with the kids, and if someone really needs to get a hold of me, it still comes through on my watch. The next pro is that it is completely 100% customizable. You can create watch faces, you can change up watch faces, you can add complications to them, and you can make your own watch faces with photos from your iPhone or from, someone else's iPhone if they send it to you. And I really like that. I like that you can make kind of your own customized Apple Watch screen. And you can add the complications you want to a certain extent, but it is pretty much 100% customizable, even down to the bands. Now, Apple has the unique thing in the sense that you can go to an Apple store and they have like 6 to 10, sometimes more different bands that you can choose from. I'm currently wearing my Spearmint, but I'm a huge fan of the Hibiscus sport band. But my watch initially came with the black sports band because I love the black on black look. And this is my original sports band, the black, and this is kind of what the Hibiscus pink looks like. And obviously this is what the Spearmint looks like, very minty. And I love that you can change it up on seasons, on mood. I think I will probably do the Hibiscus in the fall and go back to black in the winter. I like that the mint is kind of like spring, summer. And I just like that you can change it up. It's cool. The next pro is just that, it's an Apple Watch. It works seamlessly with your iPhone. It works seamlessly with your iPad. I can use it with my iPod sometimes. It works pretty much seamlessly with any Apple product, which is a huge plus because I pretty much am strictly Apple. I have an iPhone, I have an Apple Watch, I have a MacBook, I have an iPod and an iPad. And just depending on the thing, it switches seamlessly in between. The next pro is that I find it more durable. I had the Series 1, which I didn't really wear because I was afraid it was going to get broken. I was afraid that I was going to wreck it. And when my 30th birthday came around and I got asked what I wanted, I had been looking at the Apple Series 4 because I hadn't gotten the Series 2 or the Series 3. I had stuck with my Series 1 because it worked just fine. But I was looking at the Series 4 and, I was still really wearing like my Fitbit Charge 2. And that was pretty much primarily my watch of choice, which, I still wear it at night because it tracks my sleep. But basically, when I decided I really wanted to get this, I figured I need to at least wear my Series 1. And I found that, I didn't baby it. I baby my technology in the sense that I don't deliberately do things to, potentially break it just to see if it breaks or put it to the test. I don't do those wear and tear tests that some people like to do with Apple products. They buy it and then basically trash the shit out of it. I think that's a waste of money. So in the sense that I don't baby it, I go about my day and I don't worry about it. So I mean, I've smacked into walls with it. I've, moving around work. I've, like, been doing stuff and it's gotten pulled. The kids hang off my arms all the time and it's never came undone and fallen. So I've just found that, like, I mean, what I've done to it hasn't shown much wear and tear, so they're pretty durable. Whereas my Fitbit, I feel like after a week of having it, the screen was like literally a connect the dots of lines. And I was like, well, that's a bummer, because they're expensive too. And my last pro is all around just that it's a really great watch. I think that it works well. It works seamlessly. I'm assuming if you are someone who doesn't own an iPhone and you get an Apple Watch, you can just download the app or download a app. I'm not sure how that works, but I'm sure that there's a way to do it, because I'm sure there's one person in the world who has an Apple Watch but doesn't have an iPhone. At least one. So, I mean, you might not just sync it to your phone. You might just do everything off the watch, I guess. So, yeah, on to the cons. So, the first con is price point. Now, this is pretty much my biggest con. My Series 1 I got for like $180 because at that point they were on the Series 3, and I did get it through Apple, and that's another tip. If you're going to get an Apple Watch and you're going to do like bands, get them through Apple, because they will, obviously they'll guarantee their products and they'll fix it if anything's wrong. That's a little disclaimer, side note. The Apple Watch that I got was a lot less because they were already on, basically, like, they had just announced the Series 3, and I got it in November, so I think it was coming out relatively shortly after I bought the Series 1. But, I just didn't see the point. It was a lot more money, and it didn't seem to have any really big upgrades, so that's why I still went with the Series 1. But when it came to this, I really liked it because it was waterproof, which is another pro. Or not waterproof, water resistant. You can wear it swimming, you can wear it in the shower, which I don't. But the price range is a lot. I think this is the basic Apple Watch Series 4 without cellular, it's just the GPS. And it was $399 because this is the 44 millimeter. Actually, I think it was $450 because I got the 44 millimeter. I think the 40 millimeter is $399. So it's expensive, and it's a lot more expensive than, say, like the Fitbit, like, Blaze, or the Fitbit, Surge, or whatever, like, the comparable Apple Watches. Now, there are some smartwatches, like the Michael Kors with, like, Android, or those type things, like, they're going to be similar. But this is one of the more expensive smartwatches. I was lucky because 30th birthday. So, yeah, that's my major con. The next con is the range. If you do not have the cellular version, if you're at home, you should be fine. But, I leave my phone in my, like, basically cabinets at work, like, above my desk. And if I go outside with the kids, if I go into the back playground, it's fine. Like, I can still get connection. If I go to the big playground, which is where I generally spend most of my time, I don't get any connection. It cuts it off because the range is too far. And I find that really annoying because, the whole point of having the Apple Watch is so that, like, you don't connect to your phone. Now, I get it. That's why they make the cellular version. But, that leads me into my next con is the cellular version. A, it's way more expensive. And B, you have to add a data plan on your phone bill. Now, I think it's only an extra $10 or $15 to add said data plan. But still, if you're someone like me whose phone was like $130 a month, like you don't want it to be like 145, almost 150. You want it to just be low. So to add the extra data plan, I feel is kind of useless, even though it would be nice because you could logistically like, I mean, if you have the cellular version, you could logistically like never take your phone anywhere and you can just wear your watch. Like you wouldn't have to carry it because you would have connectivity wherever you go, which would be nice. But I guess the range isn't too good with just the like the Wi-Fi and GPS. However, it's also not bad because, I mean, when I go on lunch, my phone's with me. If I'm in my room, my phone's close by, so it stays connected. I mean, the only issue is when I go into the big playground, which is in the mornings, or if I go into like the movie room, like with the kids, like later on in the day, is the only time it really disconnects. But I mean, I just think like paying $400, like that it would have a better range. I mean, clearly if you're home or in your apartment, you're not going to have an issue. It's more of just like when you're out and you might not want to like run around with your phone or have to take your phone. So yeah. Those are my cons. As you can see, my pros definitely outweigh the cons. So my final theory, I guess, or thought process is that yes, it's worth it. Save for it, ask for it for a holiday or whatever, or just buy it if you can. I do think it's worth it. I know some people go back and forth between the Apple Watch and Fitbit and like the Android watches or the other smartwatch watches that are available. I do think the Apple Watch is like the better option. It works really well. It works seamlessly with all Apple products. I mean, it literally took me 15 seconds to set it up. The only issue I had was I didn't think to delete my old watch on the app. So the first time after I connected it, it still connected to my Series 1. But that was rectified really simple. All I had to do was go into my app and I just had to get rid of that watch. And then it was fine. So, I mean, all in all, it took like 13 seconds though to set everything up. It was really easy, really user-friendly. And my opinion is it's worth it. It's a lot of money, but they're fun, they're customizable, and it's worth it. And I love it. And I don't think I'd go back to any other watch. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the notification bell so you know when I upload. I make videos every week, or I try to, on anything and everything. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.